Good game between two very strong teams.
Oh, when you put these two teams together, Scott, it's always a good game. Two rival schools across the river, Dover and Philly. And I got the weather right now, Scott, around 75, wind coming out of the east, about 15 miles per hour.
Okay, thank you very much, Weather Channel's Ted Jones. As we take a look at our starting lineups for our game today. And how about first the New Philly Quakers? The shortstop, Trent Bird, will lead it off, followed by Nate Staley. Will McEwen will bat third. Kyle Witter in the cleanup. The pitcher, John Stepladder Stevenson, will bat fifth. The catcher, Dean Vonderheide, in sixth, followed by Max Price. Cage Demetio. Tanner Graham will be DH'd four with Ian Schwartzwelder. How about Dover's lineup, Ted?
For the Tornadoes at center field, we got Kyle Sattler playing right. We got Alex Prasnick playing third base for the Tornadoes. Marcus Mammarella catching tonight's Corey Lazowski. Playing left field, Brandon Murtaugh. Shortstop, Kyle Dumermuth. On the mound tonight is Ian Drapcho. Playing second base is Andrew Bache, and over in the corner first base is J.B. Stahl.
You know, the Tornadoes took it on the chin last night against Canton Central Catholic, but certainly they're looking to rebound against a New Philadelphia team that's been improving throughout the season.
Yeah, it's one thing about baseball that's different than football. I mean, you get rid of that sour taste right away. After you get beat last night, you get to come the next night and get that taste out of your mouth. Plus a non-league game, but big league game tonight against the Quakers.
We'll come back. We'll have the first pitch in our ball game in a moment, so stay with us. And welcome back to Dover City Park as we get ready for baseball action between the New Philadelphia Quakers and the Dover Tornadoes. Ian Drapcho on the mound for the Dover Tornadoes, and he has done pretty well. He on the season 2-0. He's got a 6.20 ERA, but big thing is he's got the wins.
Yeah, usually in a short season, the high school season, you give up a few runs, like an 8-run inning or something, and it's hard to get that back when you only have 20-some games. Not like that 162 season.
Yeah, exactly.
Major leagues.
Ian Drapcho, though, the number one lead pitcher for the Dover Tornadoes. They'll face John Stevenson of the Quakers, and we saw him last Friday, a week ago, with a no-hitter within a wild pitch.
Wild pitch was on a strikeout, too, wasn't it, Scott?
It was a strikeout, and lost a perfect game on kind of an unusual play that happens, and done very well. So he's going to be pitching on short rest, and we'll just have to watch, see how far he goes, particularly if he gets into a high pitch count.
Yeah, so I think we have two aces on the mound tonight. Did you call him John Stepladder?
That's what I called him.
Now, I was thinking I was with Charlie Jones over here.
Yeah.
I heard that. You going to give everybody nicknames tonight?
I'm thinking about one for you. I've got a couple. None that I would use on the air, but yeah, Scott. Exactly.
I had to get that crack in.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. Pretty funny. You will not be invited back.
It's my only game anyways.
No, that's what I meant. The Dover Tornadoes across the infield. At third base will be Marcus Mammarella. At short will be Kyle Dumermuth. Andrew Bache at second. J.B. Stahl at first. The outfield in right, Alex Presnick. Kyle Sattler in center. And Brandon Murtaugh in left. And one of the things we talked about, the team really is very young, and a lot of them will be back again next year.
Yeah, we got two young teams, and one thing I'm looking down both lineups, a lot of team speed here. I mean, Trent Bird, great defensive back for the Quakers, wears number 7 also in football, great athlete, and I'm looking at his on-base percentage for a leadoff kid, 528, that is excellent.
We'll get ready to go here with the first pitch of our ball game. Ian Drapcho, the right-hander. Corey Lazowski catching for the Tornadoes, and Bird steps in. The right-hander takes ball one. I think the key for the Quakers, really, they need to get off to a good start and try and touch Ian Drapcho early. And that one a little high and outside. Turned it over a little bit, ball 2.
It's always the hardest. The first strike's always the hardest strike right now. You'd think Trent would be taken here 2-0, being the leadoff batter, and maybe he'll look one to drive.
Drapcho, the windup. And that one's going to be high, 3-0. We want to thank Quaker bench boss Ryan Range, and also Doug Bircher, the Dover head coach, for their help in putting this game together here on Big Time Sports. Scott Robinson and Ted Jones with you from Dover City Park. 3-0 pitch. That's going to be ball 4, so the Quakers a man on board. So runner on first, nobody down in the top of the first inning. And it'll be Nate Staley, who played a critical role in the game we saw last on Big Time Sports last Friday against Meadowbrook for the Quakers. Played a key role. Drapcho with a runner on first. Bird's got a pretty decent lead. They'll check him at first.
Let's keep him honest over there. You would think Nate would be taking here 4 straight balls.
Coming up hard, Marcus. But
And they'll go with strike 1. Looked like he might have squared up a little bit.
Might have just been a show bunt. Take a strike.
Well, we'll see what Drapcho can do now that he's got the first strike out of the way. See if he settles down here. 0-1 the count on Nate Staley. He'll step off. Not quite comfortable with the side.
13.
And now Staley steps in. Looked like he may have unintentionally pitched out there.
Little pitch out.
And that evens the count out at 1-1. Runner on first. Trent Bird for the Quakers. Nobody out here in the top of the first inning. And there's strike 2. 1-2 count.
Nate Staley, cousin of Justin Merriman, playing at Marietta College, has a World Series ring. Great Quaker baseball player.
Of course, we have to mention his dad, Marty, too. Yep. Solid hit by Staley. That is going to be picked up out there in left field. Bird can only advance down to second base. So a nice single by Nate Staley.
Nice easy swing there. 1-2 count. Probably Ian got too much of the plate there.
Let's take another look at it on the Weaver Barnes rewind. And nice hit out there into left field.
Kept the hands back on the off-speed pitch.
Well, it's a windy day. That's going to have some impact, I would think, too.
I think for the left-handed hitters, blowing out a little to the left. Usually at Dover, blows from the right to left.
Will McEwen stands in. He squares. Look to bunt. Pull it back.
Just tells you right there if he's going to square the bunt there. Philly's looking to get on the board first here.
Well, nobody out. 2 on here in the top of the first. Ian Drapcho just hasn't been quite as sharp, I'm sure, as he had hoped here in the bottom of the, or top of the first. They go to second. Back safe is Bird.
Early in the game, you're just trying to find that groove right now, trying to get in some type of rhythm. Ian hasn't found that rhythm yet.
A 1 count. McEwen will step out, gets the sign from third base coach Ryan Range.
Will coming in batting .417, solid number 3 hitter.
Grounder to short. Kyle Demuth will go to third. They'll get the out there on the force. So the fielder's choice. Quakers still with 2 on.
Good job by Kyle getting the lead runner there.
Take another look here as McEwen.
With Will's speed, it would have been hard even to go into first on a regular play there with nobody on. So it was good that Kyle was going, his momentum going that way. Easy toss over to third.
Cleanup hitter Kyle Witter playing first base. Steps in with 1 down. Nice pitch by Ian Drapcho for strike 1. 0-1 count, 1 down. Top of the first. Drapcho will step off.
Kyle coming in batting .419. Division I prospect in football.
And that one hit to center field. It's going to drop in for a hit that should result in a bases loaded situation here for the Quakers. Just not deep enough to bring home the run. And now the Quakers are with the bases loaded on a single by Kyle Witter.
One thing I'm noticing right now, Ian on his breaking pitch keeping it up there. Kyle did a great job there. Off speed, kept the hands back. Watch him keep the hands back on the off speed. Even if you're out in front, Scott, if you keep the hands back, you still could do something with the ball.
1 down, bases loaded. Tornadoes looking for a double play helper to get him out of the inning. Quakers looking to strike first. John Stevenson stepping in. Nice strike that time. You could see that ball down a little bit.
That's what you want to do. I mean, you want to start out 0-1, 0-2. When you're starting out 2-1, 2-0, I mean, the guys are sitting back waiting to drive the ball.
Settled down nicely by Dropcho. He's 0-2.
Good spot there. That's a hard pitch to hit right there on the outside corner, about knee high.
When you have the force in play, with one down, you'd like to get the strikeout so that you can get 2 down. And that is just outside, 1-2.
Pretty good miss there.
Good eye by John Stevenson.
He's gone away every time. It's going to be interesting to see if he comes back inside or maybe bring it above the hands here high. Hasn't hit the curve. I don't know if they're confident with that right now.
The grounder is going to go to second base. Bache to Dimmermuth over to first, and they get the double play. So the double play gets the Tornadoes out of a jam.
He's still, I mean, you could tell on that. I mean, the curveball was still up.
So we'll take a break at the middle of the first inning. No score between. We get ready to go here with the bottom half of the first inning. John Stevenson will take to the mound for the Quakers. Behind him, Tanner Graham will be at third base today. Trent Bird at shortstop. Nate Staley second base, and Kyle Witter at first. Let's take a look at the Weaver Barnes rewind of this double play. So, Ted, you can kind of see it there. The second baseman, Bache, picks it up, gets it to Dimmermuth.
It almost handcuffed Andrew a little bit. Nice little toss there to Dimmermuth. The key thing is Dimmermuth getting out of the glove quick. I mean, one thing, I mean, the Phillies probably upset, you know, they didn't get a run out of that. They had bases loaded, 1 out, but on a positive thing, they did make Ian throw a lot of pitches. Yeah, I had him record around 17 pitches.
So we'll go to the bottom half of the first inning here, and for the Tornadoes in the outfield, it'll be Brandon Murtaugh, for the Quakers, it'll be Max Price in left, Will McEwen in center, Ian Schwartzwelder in right field, and for the Tornadoes, it'll be Kyle Sattler, the center fielder, that will lead off.
Kyle coming in batting around 400, on base percentage 491. He's scored 22 runs scored, so he's getting on a base. Both leadoff hitters, Trent Bird and Kyle, get on the base a lot, right around the 500 on base percentage. That's great for a leadoff hitter.
You just have to wonder how much psychologically the Quakers were damaged there by having the bases loaded with just 1 out.
Yeah, because you could tell Ian was, you know, he's still trying to find the rhythm there, and you, like you said, you want to jump on him early. You know, you got your 2 aces. If you could get 2 runs there, you know, that's good. Sometimes you don't get that many opportunities, games like this.
So the Quakers in the field. Tanner Graham, as we mentioned, at third. Trent Bird short. Nate Staley second. Kyle Witter at first base. They'll probably get a lot of action. The big key for John Stevenson is getting ahead of the hitters. He did that very well against Meadowbrook last Friday, and I think that was one of the big keys to his success in his no-hitter.
Yeah, well, as a pitcher, I mean, you have so many more options. You get out ahead 0-1, 0-2, 1-2. I mean, you have a lot of waste pitches then. You know, the batters aren't going to get great swings on you. When you go 2-0, 2-1, you know, a 3-0, 3-1, hitters are just looking, you know, they're looking red, right? You know, right in on the fastball. Get me over fastball.
So Kyle Sattler will step in. And John Stevenson ready to go to work here at the bottom of the first inning. Tornadoes allowed 5 batters, but they got a key double play to get out of the inning with the bases loaded jam. Stevenson, first pitch for strike 1. And you wonder on short rest how far he can really go.
Yeah, I didn't get a pitch count for him on Tuesday, but you're thinking Wednesday, Thursday. Maybe they're thinking try to get 4 innings out of him. That'd be good.
And that pitch outside and low, 1-1. Just underway, bottom of the first. Dover up for the first time through the order. And Kyle Sattler with a 1-1 count. Grounder to third. Tanner Graham will throw it over to first. 1 down.
Nice pickup by Tanner Graham. Nice easy throw over.
Let's take another look at the Weaver Barnes rewind. There you see it, Ted, just over to third, right?
Yep, playing up on that grass there. Gets a nice bounce, nice toss over. Young kid, sophomore, you always want to get that first one out of the way. Get rid of the butterflies. As you know, I teach with Beth Graham, Tanner's mother. A little shout out to Beth up there in the stands.
So it's now forever on DVD. Strike one. As Alex Prasnick steps in, he's playing right field today. He'll be followed by Marcus Mammarella, and in the cleanup spot, Corey Lazowski. 0-1 pitch, one down. Stevenson a little low and inside. Ball one. 1-1.
The thing about Alex is always putting the ball in play. Good things happen when you put it in play.
So lefty comes in batting .326. And that one's going to be fouled out of play. Hit a long way. So it is 1-2 with one out. Bottom of the first inning here between Dover and New Philadelphia. Two teams you'd expect to have a very competitive game this afternoon. Stevenson delivers. Turned that curveball over, and that's strike three.
Looks like Alex was guessing a little. Broke off a nice curveball inside corner there. One thing about John right now, first two hitters getting ahead of the count.
Take a look at this center field camera shot.
Kind of buckled him right on the corner. Nice spot.
If you own that corner of the plate, you're going to get a lot of strikeouts.
You are.
Two down, bottom of the first. Marcus Mammarella stepping in. Corey Lazowski, the catcher, on deck. That one's low and outside for ball one. Scott Robinson and Ted Jones with you here on Big Time Sports, as we continue to bring you high school sports in the springtime. That one hit pretty well. Out to right field. Underneath it is Ian Swartzwalder, and that is the third out of the inning. So a quick 1-2-3 inning for John Stevenson. We'll take a break. We'll come back with the top of the second in a moment. Top half of the second inning. It'll be Dean Vonderheide, the Quaker catcher, to lead off against Ian Drapcho. Pretty smooth first inning for John Stevenson as he took the Tornadoes down 1-2-3. Vonderheide against Drapcho. And there's strike one.
And the big thing is John only threw 7 pitches to get out of that inning.
Just what Ryan Range loves to see.
Mm-hmm.
The 0-1 count. Popped up. Stahl drops back into the infield grass, then back to the infield, and has the put out. One down. That wind has got to be a little bit tricky. You get a ball up in the air there. It's blowing pretty substantial as we take another look on the Weaver Barnes Rewind. Right underneath it. A little bit of a wedge shot out to first.
Looked like one of your tee shots.
I'll say. Looks like Charlie Woods' 9-wood. Charlie Jones's 9-wood. Charlie Woods.
Charlie Woods.
Ball one. One down. Top of the second inning. As Max Price, the left fielder, now working against Ian Drapcho.
Good spot there, outside corner.
All ones across the board. One ball, one strike, one out. No score between Dover and New Philadelphia here in the top of the second. And that one's fouled back.
I don't have to retrieve those, do I, Scott?
That's part of your job that we don't
like
tell you
last
about.
time I did.
And other duties as assigned.
I want to know first how you get that chair and I get this box over here I'm sitting on.
I'm the senior announcer, so I get the senior chair.
My back's killing
I get the Posturepedic chair. 1-2 as Drapcho delivers. Little comebacker. Drapcho picks it up, fires over to first, stalls there. 2 down. What seemed like a routine play became a little more exciting after the bobble.
I had a little topspin on it. I thought at first it hit his foot, but Right in the dirt there. Little spinner. You don't want to panic in those situations. I'd probably throw it over the fence there.
Just thinking it'd be long gone down the right field line. A little bit of an inside pitch to start out for Cage Demetio, the DH.
I can tell right now, it's still, everything's high on off-speed pitch.
Ball one, 2 down. No score, top of the second. Drop show ready to go here. Took a little bit off of it, and we even came out at 1-1. Tell you, the last couple of days, beautiful weather for baseball, softball, you name it. One count. Outside, ball 2.
Good for all the ADs around the area.
Yeah, there's a lot of games that need to be made up, that's for sure. We've got more big-time sports. Girls softball action Monday night. Tuscarora with Central Catholic at Strasburg. And then we've got Garraway at Central Catholic on Tuesday for high school baseball. Swing and a miss. 2-2 on Cage Demetio. The 2-2 offering. The grounder is going to be taken by Stahl by himself over to first. And we're out of the top half of the second inning. No score between Dover and New Philadelphia. Scott Robinson and Ted Jones bringing you all the action from Dover City Park. And boy, what a start for the Dover Tornadoes. They started out 12-0 before finally losing last night to Canton Central Catholic. You can't ask for better than that. They really were on a nice run.
Yeah, I mean, start out 12-0. I mean, that's hard to do because you have those double headers against Canton South. Those teams, you're usually pitching some of your number 3, number 4 pitchers, trying to get everybody in, and to sweep all those double headers against Massillon and Canton South. It's a good job. It's a great start.
Might bode well here for the Tornadoes. We get a little bit closer to the tournament time.
Yeah, you always want to get those wins for the tournament drawing out because you always want that either number 1, number 2 seed because usually you get to play one less game at times.
Allowing you to use your best pitcher a couple more times maybe.
The way it usually works a lot of times in baseball is you could go with your number 1 a lot of times all the way to the regional, and that's the first time you have back-to-back games, a Friday, Saturday game. So there's a handful of times the way the scheduling works that you usually could ride your number 1 all the way either to the district or to the regionals.
So we're ready to go here with the bottom half of the second inning. No score between Dover and New Philadelphia. Ian Drapcho settled down nicely, got a 1-2-3 inning. And now Corey Lazowski ready to lead off for the Dover Tornadoes. So John Stevenson, only 7 pitches in that.
Yeah, one thing about it, he was working ahead. He was working ahead. He was 0-1, 0-2 every batter. Then Marcus swinging at the first pitch. So, I mean, getting out of the first inning with just 7 pitches.
We're going to see the Tornadoes maybe start to take a few and maybe put a few pitches on his count. So John Stevenson ready to go. First pitch in the bottom of the second inning. And that is just outside for ball 1. Coming up at the end of our ball game, we'll have our Texas Roadhouse post-game show. Also be naming a Manor Restaurant MVP. Stevenson delivers a little high, ball 2.
I could go to the Roadhouse to just eat those rolls and that little sweet butter they have.
Cinnamon butter? Yeah.
Get a water and leave.
I'm supposed to go there tonight. Let's see if we get the Big Time Sports discount.
I never got invited.
That's an ask and answer. 2-0, ball 3.
I got jinxed John right there. Said how he's getting ahead of the hitters, of the first 3 hitters. Now he's at 3-0 to Corey.
So Corey Lazowski looking for a walk here. As you got to think the take sign is on. And there's strike 1. 3-1 on Corey Lazowski, the first batter for the Tornadoes here in the bottom of the second inning. No score between Dover and New Philadelphia. Beautiful day for baseball. And that is just outside, and that's a walk for Corey Lazowski. So the Tornadoes get their first runner on base. And that will bring up Brandon Murtaugh, the left fielder.
Brandon coming in batting around 395. Playing left field. Really good athlete. Well put together kid.
So Stevenson checks the plate, the sign, delivers. A little bunt, get the runner over to second, and we've got one down.
Good job by Brandon, advancing the runner here. I think Coach Berger's thinking the same thing. Let's get that one run across, go from there.
So Murtaugh with the sacrifice. Let's take another look. Just lays it out there nicely. That is an art all itself. I mean, that's...
he motors down. He gets that big frame going.
Made it a play at first. And now Kyle Dimmermuth stepping in. Runner on second is Corey Lazowski. And that's strike one.
Kyle coming in batting .447. I mean, he's doing it both places. Last year he was doing a lot with this at the field. Now he's doing it at the plate too.
All around good athlete at Dover. Soccer, basketball, baseball. That's a little high. And it's 1-1 with one out here in the bottom of the second for the Dover Tornadoes. They have a threat out at second base. Is Corey Lazowski ready to go on it? Kyle Dimmermuth at the plate. Stevenson delivers the grounder to first base. They'll have to go to first. Witter will take it himself for the out. That'll advance the runner over to third. So now it's going to be up to Ian Drapcho with two down.
Help yourself out.
See if he can get Corey Lazowski home.
Kyle Witter playing up on the grass on this. Nice little Sunday bounce here. That means it's easy.
That means you could get it, right? There is no Sunday bounce for me. I'm a little bit low. And ball one. Two down. Bottom of the second for the Dover Tornadoes. Andrew Bates, the second baseman, on deck. Stevenson stares down the sign. 1-0 count, pitch. And that is dribbled out in front of the mound. Down to first. And safe. The runner did not go at third. So now Dover with runners at the corners.
It's kind of no man's land for Corey because the ball's right beside him. Let's take a look at this.
That's a tough call.
That is, because it could be an easy play for John if Corey's running just to throw it home. So he's look, John made a great play. Ian kind of held up right there. It looked like a good call.
So two down. And at the plate will be...
See Andrew Bates batting around
Andrew Bates.
333. See maybe Ian going on this pitch. No, I'm not going to talk anymore.
So the single by Bates and the RBI. So that all made by Ian Drapcho as he was able to beat the play at first. Ooh. That is a sharply hit baseball.
Quick hands there, yeah. Came inside, got the hands in.
So the Tornadoes up 1-0. And now J.B. Stahl at the plate. Takes the strike, going one. Two down. Bottom of the second. Dover drawing first blood. Kyle Sattler, the leadoff hitter, on deck. Dover with runners at first and second. And that's ball one. 1-1. John Stevenson, a little bit of a jam here.
Yeah, just trying to get out of it with one run.
That's a swing and a miss. Strike 2, 1-2 with 2 down.
John got a little pepper on that fastball. Maybe I'll try with my watch here, stopwatch, see what he's going miles per hour. It's distance travel divided by elapsed time there, Scott.
You can tell you're a science teacher, right?
Yes.
That was pretty close.
That's a problem in high school baseball. You got a half swing there. If you got guys on second, you got your umpire behind the mound, right around the mound, so you have no one really to check with. You got to go with the home plate.
So 2-2 with 2 down. Bottom of the second. Stevenson. Pitch, swing, strike out, and that is the end of the second inning. The Dover Tornadoes draw first blood. They score 1. It's 1-0. Dover leading New Philadelphia with the top half of the third inning. It'll be Ian Swartzwelder, the right fielder, to lead off for the Quakers. His first at bat. Ian Drapcho coming off a 1-2-3 inning in the second. And that's ball 1. You know, Ian Drapcho showed us a lot last year, and I think one of the most improved players I've seen this year in the few baseball games we've done is John Stevenson. From where he started last year to where he is now, he's made significant strides.
I'll tell you what, that's my fruit.
That's a shot to center. That's a clean single. And a good start here for the Quakers in the top of the third.
It's easy swing there by Ian. Good way to start out the inning here. Especially being a 9-batter, get on, get the top of the order going here.
Just a straight shot right up the gut.
Nice swing.
And just so you know, Jim Cantini is here, and the relief announcers in the bullpen.
I didn't know he knew baseball.
1-0 Dover, leading it. And strike 1 on Trent Bird, the leadoff hitter for the Quakers as we go back to the top of the order. That one fouled back.
Held them out a little there, a little above the hands there. Looked like it was going to be ball 1.
Quickly 0-2, top of the third. Bird, the first time, led the game off with a walk. He's got a runner on first is Ian Swartzwelder, and a single. Quakers loaded the bases in the first inning, couldn't make it pay off, and that is strike 3.
Ian hit a nice spot there, a little outside fastball. I think Trent might have been thinking off-speed pitch there.
I'll tell you what, there's a nice crowd here for this one. Taking another look. As Ian Drapcho in the Weaver Barnes Rewind just fired it, no doubt about it. 1 down. Nate Staley, the second baseman, up, had a single in the first inning. Swartzwelder on first for the Quakers. Staley ready to go. 1-0 count. Drapcho, the right-hander. And that is strike 1. 1-1.
Really see Ian's getting in a little more of a rhythm right now. In the first inning, he went from 17 pitches into 10 in the second inning.
1 out for the Quakers. Top of the third. 1-1 count. And that's just outside for ball 2. Staley's had a pretty good season. He's very active. And that one over the outside corner. Evens the count out at 2-2. 1 down for the Quakers. Dover leading at 1-0 in the top of the third. Staley ready. Drapcho delivers. That one is down the right field line, foul. But
Showed him one up there. It'll be interesting to see if he comes with maybe a breaking ball down. Hasn't really had control with the breaking ball though yet, so you might not want to throw it to get the 3-2.
And the Quakers man on first. Schwartzweiler got a pretty decent lead over there. Rapcho will come home with it. The grounder down the first baseline just foul, and the count stays at 2-2.
Nate doing a good job staying alive here.
Staley batting .297 on the year, an on-base percentage of .447. Just 7 strikeouts. Drapcho checks first with the 2-2 count. And that one a little high, makes it 3-2.
Still yet to find control of that off-speed pitch.
Try to take a little off of it. A little too high, and the full count. Runner on first for the Quakers. And the payoff pitch. A grounder to second. Bates tags runner over to first, double play, and the Tornadoes out of the top half of the third inning. So we will keep it here as we get ready to go.
It's always a good way to keep the pitch count down.
Yeah.
1 pitch, 2 outs.
Yeah, how about that? That's pretty...
I mean, he's going from a 17-pitch inning to 22 in the last 2 innings, 10 and a 12-pitch inning.
Yeah, it doesn't get much better than 3 and out, 3 and out. As we'll take another look. The grounder. Taylor made right to Bates, able to tag the runner.
Ian really is, in no man's land there. Not much he can do.
And the flip over to first. So the Tornadoes with their second double play in the first 3 innings. And that is really a pitcher's best friend.
Yeah, especially the first inning one with bases loaded. So when Philly had the chance to maybe put up have a big inning there.
So the Tornadoes get a good look at some of the little leaguers out there. Maybe a future major leaguer in that grouping.
You never know, Scott. I was once that little. I never made it to the majors.
And you've shattered more dreams again. Thank you, Mr. Education.
I wasn't saying anything about them. I was speaking for myself.
Oh, okay. So we're ready to go. The bottom half of the third inning. The Tornadoes lead it 1-0. Kyle Sattler ready to lead off the inning. So we'll go back to the top of the order. Tornadoes drew first blood in the bottom of the second. A single by Andrew Bates scored Ian Drapcho with the only run of the game so far. Scott Robinson and Ted Jones with you from Dover City Park. East Central Ohio League baseball action between the host Dover Tornadoes and the visiting New Philadelphia Quakers.
Really is a nice crowd. I'm estimating around 800. What do you think of that, Scott?
I think you stopped somewhere on the way to the game. That one a little bit high and tight on Sattler. Got away from him. And that's ball 1. Probably a couple hundred, maybe.
Oh, come on. I'm talking about the whole park.
Oh, well, yeah. Yeah, if you're going to get technical about it. It is a nice crowd on hand for a baseball game, and it's been a good game here through 2.5 innings. There's strike 1, 1-1. As Stevenson squares the count against Kyle Sattler. Sattler batting .400, 13 singles, 4 doubles, and a triple. As Stevenson takes something off that one, and it's 2-1.
Second year in the leadoff spot for KSAT. Always around the 400 range.
A lot of multi-sport athletes for the Tornadoes. And that's a little high, 3-1. So the Tornadoes up 1-0. Nobody out here. Bottom of the third. And a 3-1 count on Kyle Sattler. And that's going to be ball 4. So Sattler is going to get a walk to lead off the inning. And I've heard you say it often, those walks generally come back to haunt you later on.
I mean, one thing you always say in baseball, you can't defend a walk. Interesting to see what Coach Bircher, I mean, it's one of those situations you want to play for a big inning, you want to give up an out, advance the runner.
Just trying to get an insurance run.
Alex really good with the bat. With a game last year when he had that 1-2 count and had the big suicide squeeze against Indian Valley.
So they pay a little attention to Sattler at first base. And the runner's going to go to second as the play was on.
One or two situations there. Could have been the fake bunt steal. Kyle might have just taken the base on himself. I mean, one thing you would do on a sacrifice, you want to bunt strikes. I think he was pulling back all the way.
Well, that's his 12th stolen base of the season, so you've got to figure he has been active on the base pass. This time, the bunt laid down. There's nobody there to field it. And the Tornadoes are going to have runners at the corners. Clean single for Prasnick.
That's a tough situation. Got a guy on second. I don't know if usually you have a call on that. If a kid squares, pitcher a lot of times will be covering the third base side. Third base stays there. Now, if you got the wheel play on, you got the third base coming up, and you got the shortstop going to the third. Cleveland Indians won Game 6 against the Baltimore Orioles in '97 on the wheel play. Bunted to Matt Williams. Matt Williams throws it over to Omar, gets a big out. How about that one?
Well, the best you can do is 10, 12 years ago. Stevenson, a little bit low, and the Tornadoes going to advance. Prasnick will go to second. And you start to wonder if John Stevenson isn't tiring maybe a bit here. And the bottom of the third inning. And Ryan Range is going to come out for a quick conference on the mound.
I got him 33 pitches right now. I mean, he's keeping his pitch count down for 3 innings. Well, I'm sorry, not 3. 2 so far.
Well, Tornadoes have been aggressive on the base paths, and somewhat of a misplay in the field there by the Quakers. And now, with nobody out, the Tornadoes really in business here as they're going to go through the heart of their lineup.
I think they might be making a change. I'm thinking Vonderheide probably will come into pitch since he started the other night and they only played 1 inning last night at Cambridge. So John's going to be done for the day. Be interested to see who comes to catch.
And Kyle Witter will come in and catch. So they'll have to make another adjustment at first base. So we'll have some position changes. And the Tornadoes will bring up Mammarella, Lasowski, and Murtaugh, the next 3. And that pretty stout 3 batters to face when you've already got runners on second and third.
Nobody out.
Stevenson is going to remain in the game. See where they're going to place him.
If I'm not mistaken, that's not a catcher's mitt. It looks like a first base mitt.
So that could be, in fact, part of the change. He will stay in the infield. And it takes a little while they make the catching and pitching changes.
Yeah, go Dave!
Good friend Bill Hildebrand, making sure we do
No
what's going
lineup
on.
change. We don't have to do any erasing. Don't have to do any adding. Just changing positions. Batting order stays the same.
So Vonderheide will come in to pitch. Kyle Witter will catch. And I believe Stevenson is going to go to first base.
One of those situations you're probably hoping for the best that John will give you 4 innings. I mean, did a pretty good job keeping it over, just with 1 run in those 2 innings. Now Dean's going to have to inherit these 2 runners here on second and third with no outs.
If you can get 2 to 3 good innings out of him. Now they move on. And we'll see what the Tornadoes can do against Dean Vonderheide.
Be interesting to see the strategy here. Are you going to bring the infield up? You're going to keep them back? I mean, it all depends on what you think you're going to do against Drapcho here. I mean, I would assume with the big batters with Mammarella and them, they might just keep everybody back, give up that other run, and just assume you can score more than 2 runs. Because you bring the infield up, I mean, your batting average goes from, if Marcus is batting around 330, you're batting like 430, 500 now.
Yeah, I don't think these are guys that you're going to sit there and put the bunt play on with nobody out.
No. You play for a big inning now. You're looking for a 3-4 spot right now. Make this game 5-0.
So the Tornadoes on top 1-0 here, bottom of the 3rd. We've had a multitude of changes for the Quaker lineup. That's why you need a program to know the players and the numbers.
Yes. Not quite sure if that game ended in the top of the 1st if Dean threw any yesterday against Cambridge. I know it got called after 1.
I guess I'm a little surprised by that. I didn't realize the weather was...
Well, they're on that southern trip down there south of Cambridge.
Yeah, I know.
We always call Meadowbrook our southern trip.
So Vonderheide taking his warm-up pitches. We're just about ready to resume action here in the bottom of the 3rd. Nobody out for the Tornadoes. They'll have runners on 2nd and 3rd.
It's always a situation you don't know if, I don't know the high school rule. I know the Major League rule. If the pitcher does get hurt, that relief pitcher has as many pitches as he wants. Now, if you're pulling a pitcher, usually it's around 8 to 9 pitches to warm up. It looked like John was favoring the right arm, so maybe they're going with the injury, and he has as many pitches as he wants.
Well, let's hope that he soon finds that number.
Of course, that probably has nothing to do with high school baseball.
Yeah. It's a nice try. Sounded
good.
Yeah, it sounded good when I said it.
I make up half the things I say.
Yeah. And the other half I've said before. So we are at the bottom of the 3rd inning here at Dover City Park. Dover leading at 1-0. Nobody out. Vonderheide on to pitch. Stevenson goes to first base. Witter moves from first base to catch, so no changes in the lineup for the Quakers, just different positions. And Marcus Mammarella steps to the plate. The meat of the order for the Tornadoes.
Marcus has 4 home runs on the year.
15 RBIs. And Vonderheide's first pitch, a strike.
Good way to start for Dean.
A walk. Now Sattler and Prasnick a single, and they're on 2nd and 3rd.
It's like Coach Raines bringing the infield up.
Oh, 1-1 the count. And that's 2-1. So Vonderheide steps off. Not quite comfortable. He'll reset. A little bit different when you take off the catcher's mask and you walk out there.
Yeah.
That's going to be a grounder to short. Bird looks the runner back to 3rd, over to 1st, and it's caught.
Good call by Coach Raines here, bringing the infield up, stopping the run.
So 1 down.
Hard hit ball. Trent made a good play. Look over the 3rd here.
Just that quick glance.
Nice look.
Then the strong throw. Good thing John Stevenson's about 6'4".
Yeah.
Corey Lazowski, the cleanup hitter, stepping in. And that one fouled back. Quickly 0-1. You know, it's that time of the season when teams really have locked into their lineups. You know, you don't want to be searching for lineups right now.
No, usually after the 10 game mark. Usually have a solid lineup going.
Lazowski, good eye there, holds up. 1-1, one down. Bottom of the third, Dover on top, 1-0. Lazowski betting a strong 5-14. And takes the strike there, 1-2. I'm not sure, has Corey decided on a college officially?
I think he might be going to Dayton. Play quarterback.
Figured you would have the inside scoop.
Got a little scoop.
1-2. And it's going to be a grounder to third. Graham will pick it up, throws it over to first. And 2 down. So the big inning for the Tornadoes is suddenly starting to disappear here.
You gotta, give all the credit to Dean Vonderheim and the infielders here. Both hits, infield up here. Tanner makes a great play. This goes right over to first. Now you can move the infield back. You got 2 outs.
Brandon Murtaugh comes to the plate. The number 5 batter. And Vonderheide aggressively getting ahead of the hitters here as he took over for John Stevenson.
Tell you what, comes in with guys on second and third, no outs. Now he has 2 outs, 0-1 count.
And there's a swing, unintentional swing.
You got a lot of options. I wouldn't throw him a strike right here. I'd either go up high, give him a different eye level view here, maybe above the hands. I'd bring one down in the dirt again.
0-2 just outside, 1-2.
Good spot there, good spot, good miss. I think how he looked on that second strike with out in front, I think he would go off speed again, maybe down.
And that's what he does, and the swing barely gets a piece of it. Still 1-2, fought it off.
You got to be thinking that. This is where you got to shorten up the swing here. Think about going to right field.
So Vonderheide with 2 down and a 1-2 count here on Brandon Murtaugh. Bottom of the third inning. And that one almost airmailed.
That's a different eye level. Maybe a little too high.
That's high and higher. New meaning to the rising fastball.
That's probably just a show pitch here. I think Dean might go off speed again.
2-2. 2 down. In the dirt, bounces off of the catcher Witter. Nicely corralled it there in front of him, and it's a 3-2 count. Runners on second and third for the Tornadoes.
Now you got a few options here. You got an open base. Do you go off speed again, or do you just come right at him? I think Dean might just come right at him.
Not sure you want to see Kyle Dummermuth come up. He's had
that's another thing.
And that's going to be high for ball 4.
Battle back from 0-2 there.
So now Kyle Dummermuth, chance to be a hero here with the bases loaded in the bottom of the third.
For Dean, he's got to think no harm done here. Still could get out of this inning.
Dummermuth with a ground out in the last inning. And Vonderheide, the first pitch to Dummermuth high.
Now he's got to collect himself. He's just got to take a deep breath. He's missing up high right now. Don't overthrow.
1-0. Vonderheide ready to go here again.
Ooh.
High heat. Dummermuth took the cut at it, and it's 1-1.
Yeah, Kyle kind of helped them out there. You always tell your kids below the hands, below the hands. Keep the ball below your hands. You got to have a quick bat to hit that.
Off-speed pitch came back with it, and Dummermuth offered again, so it's 1-2. 2 down, runners for the Tornadoes on second and third. And it's high. Ball 2, 2-2. Scott Robinson and Ted Jones with you on Big Time Sports.
Had him out in front on that second strike on the swing on the off speed. See him going back to that.
Vonner Hyde just thought he might have gotten the inside corner. And now the count full at 3-2.
I got everybody going here. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Make sure he goes home and take off.
And that is a hit. It's going to drop in, and the Tornadoes are going to bring 2 home.
Big 2-out hit by Kyle Dumermuth.
The 2 RBI single for Kyle Dumermuth. And now it's 3-0 Dover.
I mean, that's how baseball goes. You're so close to getting out of that inning. Just need that one, maybe that one call.
Let's take another look here on Weaver Barnes Rewind. That was a good hit, no doubt about it. Clean hit.
That's what you call picking up your other guys that didn't get the guy in. Kyle did a good job picking up the 3-4 batter, getting that run in.
And Ian Drapcho takes strike 1. He's had some time to rest on the bench.
Sometimes good, sometimes bad.
Maybe too much, yeah. This has been a lengthy 3rd inning. And that's hit pretty well to center field, but underneath it is Will McEwen, makes the out. And that is the end of the 3rd inning. Dover picks up a couple of runs. They lead it over New Philadelphia 3-0. We'll take McEwen to lead off the top of the 4th inning for the New Philadelphia Quakers. He had a fielder's choice grounder in the 1st inning.
Was another great athlete over in Philly. And over a 1,000-yard rusher. He's a good defense. It's all around good athlete. Hard-nosed kid.
Drapcho. A little bit of a curve there. Low, outside, ball 1. Dover with a couple of runs there makes it 3-0. We'll see how big those runs are as we move through the game, as there's a strike, 1-1. Will McEwen coming in batting .417. 10 stolen bases, so if he gets on base, he is a threat to run. And this time he hits a shot out to center field, but Kyle Sattler's underneath it and makes the catch.
Nice swing by Will, just one of those atom balls right to him.
And 1 down quickly here in the top of the 4th. Get a good look at this one from behind home plate.
One of those next time up, maybe he'll hit one of those swinging bunts and get on. That's how it averages out.
Kyle Witter now catching, started at first base, takes ball 1. Had a single in the 1st inning. Tornadoes defense really has been the key to this one. They've got a couple of double plays to get out of some jams. And Witter way ahead on that one. And it's 1-1.
You can get a little more control of that curveball, keeping that curve down, that off-speed pitch down. Especially a big batter like Kyle coming in with 6 home runs. You get anything up here, it's maybe over those pines.
So Witter takes the 1-1 pitch. This time it is hit out to left field, and nicely played there by Brandon Mertz. Oh, that's out number 2. So 2 atom balls, as Ted Jones would say.
I didn't come up with that.
Oh, you stole that from somebody?
Yeah, I've heard that over the years, listening to you and Charlie.
Figured you probably got that from Herb Score.
Always did listen to Herb.
Ian Drapcho with 2 down quickly here in the top of the 4th inning. And nice pitch there for strike 1. The greatest story I ever heard about Herb Score, one of the many, was Joe Tate said one time that batter was up at the old stadium. Guy hit a ball down the line, and Herb yelled, "It's fair, it's foul." It is. Classic story. As that one is fouled back by John Stevenson.
Some Herb-isms.
Some Herb-isms. You know, Tom Hamilton does a great job, but you still, you know.
Yep, you missed the Herb Score.
Yeah, you missed a little bit of the Herb Score in there. 0-2 on Stevenson with 2 down in the top of the 4th inning. And there's a swing and a miss. And that is the third out of the inning. So quickly, Ian Drepcho mows through the Quaker lineup in the top of the fourth.
Quick 9-pitch inning for Ian. I mean, he settled down after that 17 pitch, and then he went 10, 12, 9. So he's keeping the pitch count down right now when he'll be going into the 5th inning with, let me do my adding here, 48 pitches. That's pretty good.
That's pretty fast counting up there.
Yes, that is.
How'd you do that with just fingers and toes?
It's quick math there, Scott. Yeah. It's all up here, buddy. That's in my head.
Your mental calculator.
Mental calculator.
So the Dover Tornadoes leading at 3-0 here at the midway point of the 4th inning. We'll have more sports coming up on Big Time Sports on Monday. It is the Tuscarawas Central Catholic Lady Saints versus the Strasburg Lady Tigers in high school softball action from the home of the Tigers. Then on Tuesday, it'll be Caraway. We'll have our first look at the Pirates as they'll take on the Central Catholic Saints in baseball action at TCC.
I'll tell you, my back's kind of hurting, Scott, without this backrest like you have. What is this, a box I'm sitting on? We get a view of this.
You're lucky that you're sitting on anything. You know, there's a reason why I work by myself.
Yeah.
We'll have to talk to Charlie Jones about that. Maybe there's a trade out to be had.
I'll bring my own next time.
We want a comfy chair that Mike Tonjes uses. That's what we want.
You keep me awake. That's what it is.
So Dean Vonderheide, who came in the last inning, did a nice job for the Quakers.
Did a really nice job. I mean, it could have been a lot bigger inning. I know he wanted to get out of there with no runs, only gave up 2. So Dean did an admirable job there. So far, it's been a really clean game, too, in the field for both Philly and Dover.
Yeah, there haven't been any real misplays that have led to too many problems. It's been pretty much clean hits. And here in the bottom of the 4th, it'll be Andrew Bates to lead it off for the Tornadoes, followed by J.B. Stahl, and back to the top of the order with Kyle Sattler. Just seems like the Tornadoes have been able to get 3, 4, 5 people up to the plate in every inning, and that certainly generally leads to runs.
Andrew's first time up, he had that nice line drive to left that brought in the first Tornado run, make it 1-0.
Cal Dumeruth now with the big hit, though. The
big 2-out hit. I mean, those are big.
2-out, 2 RBI single in the bottom of the 3rd. And now Bates will step in, the right-hander playing second base. In the batter's box against Dean Vonderheide. Vonderheide a little bit high, ball 1. Yeah, it's been a real pleasure doing spring sports action. We get such great cooperation from all the coaches and the ADs and everything. It's just, it's a lot of fun. As that one outside, ball 2. Spring sports just never seems to get a lot of television activity, so we're hoping to change that during Big Time Sports.
Nice turning on at night, watching a little baseball game or a softball action.
That one hit pretty well out to left field. And underneath it, Quakers are there. And the catch made by Max Price. I'll tell you what, Will McEwen has more range.
Yeah, he could have made. I mean, that is hitting dead left, not left center. Will's under that, could have been under that ball.
I think it's just a game. Let's take another look. That was a long fly ball. I think the wind played a little bit.
Play with it. Main thing is in a wind-aided game like this, as an outfielder, you want to get back there first, then play it. You don't want to keep on drifting. There's Will right there. It's just like football. He's always in a film somewhere.
And that is strike 1 on J.B. Stahl with 1 down in the bottom of the 4th. Scott Robinson and longtime Big Time Sports baseball analyst Ted Jones with us.
I like that. I like that. Can I get a nickname? You have to earn that.
I'll have to talk to Charlie about that. He has to approve all nicknames.
I'm not from you, Scott.
You've given me a number of them over the years. 2-1 the count. As J.B. Stoll, playing first base today, struck out in the second inning. And that is just outside to 3-1. Before you know it, the school year will be over and football season will be rolling around.
Right around the corner.
And that's high, so a leadoff walk, or rather a walk to J.B. Stoll after the fly out by Andrew Bache. So with one down, Tornadoes have a runner on first.
You got top of the order coming back up here with Kyle Sattler.
Sattler a ground out and a walk.
Go, move him over.
So Vonderheide ready to deliver. Runner on first for the Tornadoes.
Kyle's probably going to take his college career over to Grove City College in PA. Play some football there. I know Coach Bircher wants to push a little baseball on him. He's a really good baseball player too.
The 1-0 count, and that evens it up at 1-1 with one down. J.B. Stoll on first for the Tornadoes. And that one just inside, 2-1. I don't know if Vonderheide is quite as hard a thrower as Stevenson, but he certainly has shown some accuracy, and he can bring it.
They were both bigger kids. I mean, from John Stevenson to Kyle Witter to Dean here, both size kids.
That foul tip makes it 2-2 against the third batter of the inning, Kyle Sattler. The 2-2 delivery. The grounder to short. Bird's going to pick it up over to second, gets the lead runner over to first, and safe at first.
No, didn't get it. Pretty good, clean turn there by the Quakers.
So Prasnick will come up with two down, and the runner on first. See what Sattler does here. See if they might turn him loose.
Yeah, I mean, this is a good situation because you got two outs. Even if he gets thrown out, you get to lead off with Alex instead of leading off with your number 3 hitter Marcus.
Marcus Mammarella on deck. Sattler on first, and strike one. Quakers don't appear to be too concerned with Kyle Sattler at first. Two down, 0-1 count on Alex Prasnick.
Good. Ooh, that was a good little tip there from Dean Vonderheide. I think Kyle was just a little bit itching, a little leaning there.
See, maybe we get a throw over to first here. They'll go home. And strike two. 0-2. Two out. And a runner on the first for the Tornadoes here in the bottom of the fourth.
I can see Kyle going on this pitch.
And that is ball one. And Sattler gets there in plenty of time for another stolen base.
Just a good situation, though. What you have is you got Alex, your number 2 hitter here. Like we were saying, even if he gets thrown out, you get to lead off with Alex instead of leading off with one of your bigger sticks, Marcus, with guys. I mean, you want Marcus up there with guys on. You don't want him leading off innings.
1-2, 2-2 now. Kyle Sattler out there at second base. Tornadoes lead at 3-0 on the Dover Dental Group scoreboard. And as you can hear on our microphones, pretty windy day at Dover City Park. And that's high, and that'll fill the count at 3-2. Vonderheide way ahead of Prasnick when the...
Yeah, I'm starting out with 1-2-0-2, and then Praz has worked his way back in the count here.
That grounder to first. Stevenson will get it, step on the bag, and that's the end of the fourth inning. 3-0. Dover leading New Philadelphia. We'll come back. Ready to go, top of the fifth inning, and the Quakers, Dean Vonderheide, the relief pitcher, steps in against Ian Drepcho. That's going to be low for ball one.
I'll be right back.
Ian Drepcho just kind of cruised along there after struggling a little bit in the first inning. He has been pretty much on cruise control. That one's a little high, 2-0.
Had that tough first inning, got out of it, and the rest of the time he's had three smooth innings.
Vonderheide on the season, batting .323. And there's a shot to center field. That's a ripped single for Dean Vonderheide. So the Quakers get one on here. Nobody out. Top of the fifth inning. Max Price, a left fielder, grounded out in the second inning. Let's take another look, Ted.
This is what you call a rope. Like that sound effect I made?
Yeah. Sometimes I would call that a smack. And that one's going to be out of play down the third base line.
I never heard a smack term. Unless you're talking smack.
Well, I use a lot of terms that aren't baseball terms. The 0-1 pitch to come here from Ian Drepcho. It's Max Price down early in the count. And that one just inside, 1-1. Nobody out. Quakers with Dean Vonderheide at first. They trail by 3 runs. Drepcho takes a little bit off it outside, and it's 2-1. You know, people don't realize how much strategy there is involved in when you look at conference games, non-conference games, using your pitchers effectively and trying to set up your rotation.
I mean, that's the thing. When you're in your non-league games, you want to win them. You want to win them, but usually you're not going with your your number 1, number 2 pitchers. Usually down the road 3 and 4. Then you play a team like Canton Central. That's wait after this pitch.
3-1, and that's ball 4.
Who's not in the league? They're independent. Well, they could throw 1, 2, at you.
So, start of a rally here for the Quakers. They've got runners on first and second, nobody out. Now, as you get to the bottom of the order with Cage Demateo, the number 8 hitter, do you put down a bunt and advance both runners?
I mean, the one thing is on both sides of it, on Dover's side for Ian, you want to go right after 7, 8, and 9. Okay, you don't want to mess around with him. You don't need that strikeout. You need that first swing out. Now with Cage up, coming in batting 206, you might have something on here. But Cage probably doesn't have as many at bats though, so you might put something on. You might lay down a bunt, get guys on second, third, but you are down 3.
Nobody out here, top of the fifth inning. And the Quakers with runners on first and second. And there's strike 1 by Ian Drepcho, and that certainly helps when you get ahead in the count.
Yeah.
That one is popped up. And Ian Drepcho will get the ball. And a foul ball out. That's a big out.
It is a big out. I mean, first it's a routine fly ball in the infield, so it's nothing with the ball on the ground. Anybody bobbling around, nice easy out. Get the first out.
Ian Swartzwelder had a single in the third inning. He's up for the second time in this one. Dover leads at 3-0, but the Quakers with 1 out have runners at first and second. Swartzwelder is going to step out. Takes time. Lisowski looking to the dugout. And Drepcho a little bit to the outside. Ball 1.
I don't think Ian will get real cute here. He's probably just going to challenge. I mean, both Ians are up here, Ian and Ian, but Ian Drepcho is just going to challenge Swartzwalder.
Grounder to third. Mammarella over to first. And that's the second out of the inning. So we'll go back to the top of the order. Trent Bird stepping in. Is the best chance the Quakers have had. As we'll take a look at this grounder.
This one, Marcus just got a little off balance. I think they wanted to go 2 at first. Little off balance right there, so now let's just get the easy out at first. Get outs right now, that's what they want.
So with 2 out, Trent Bird steps in. Quakers with runners on second and third. That one's high. First base open if they get into a jam here.
And Trent's trying to do what his counterpart did, Kyle Doom, with the 2-out hit here, those shortstops.
Top of the 5th inning, innings are starting to run out for the Quakers. As that's strike 1, 1-1. That's going to be a grounder to second. Bates is going to pick it up over to first. And the Tornadoes out of the inning with some good defense. And they still lead it 3-0 as we go to the bottom half of the 5th inning. We'll take a break. We'll be back with the Dover Tornadoes leading it 3-0 as we go to the bottom half of the 5th inning. And the Tornadoes will lead off with Marcus Mammarella. They'll come back with Corey Lisowski and then Brandon Murtaugh, the heart of the lineup again. Here in the bottom of the 5th inning for the Tornadoes. Dean Vonderheid on the mound, done a nice job. That time ball got away from Kyle Witter. And it's ball 1.
Dover supporting the silver helmets this year. Birch painted those at his house. I think they got both, silver and red.
You got to look good. That's high for ball 2. Image is everything.
For you it is, Scott.
Yes, obviously. That's why I'm dressed like you. 2-0. And there's strike 1. So Vonderheid over the plate on that one. 2-1. Just underway here, bottom of the 5th inning. First batter up is Marcus Mammarella. Tornadoes with the 3-0 lead. Mammarella down third base. That one could be extra bases. Mammarella's not running too hard, though, down to first. And I wonder if he's all right. He's had some leg issues before, and certainly that was hit well enough to get to second.
He's been bothered by a hamstring, and I saw him doing a little pre-stretching here, and I think right when he was going to take off, went right down the line thinking second, and he tweaked it a little, and he's probably going to have to come out right now.
So we'll take another look. After about one step there, you could just see he seized up. Certainly down the line would have been good enough.
It's one of those in that spring sport. I mean, you have so many cold days too. It's hard to get loose. Big kid like Marcus has really strong legs. It's it's a problem he's always going to have. I never had that problem. I wasn't that big.
So they call you the Birdman.
I mean, the big lineup changed too.
So for the Tornadoes, bring in Wes Henry, I believe. So Corey Lisowski will step in. Nobody out here. Runner on first. And I believe Marcus Mammarella had that same hamstring problem last year in baseball season. That's high for ball 1. Get a good look And Corey Lisowski, somebody that you're very familiar with.
Great quarterback for 2 years.
Over the outside corner, strike one. A 1-1 count, nobody out. They'll throw down to first. And Wes Henry gets back at the plate. Corey Lisowski, though, with a 1-2 count. Nobody out. Looked like he was trying to pull it down the
That's what you
left
call out
field
in
line.
front there. That's a little off-speed pitch. Just want to stay alive there. Kind of waste a pitch.
1-2. Get a good look at Dean Vonderheide there. Done a nice job. He's coming to pitch.
He's done a great job. Dean really, I like how he handles himself on the mound.
Quakers and the Tornadoes locked up in a good one as that one is high. Henry is going to take off down to second base, and he's out at second. Gunned down on a nice throw by Kyle Witter. And boy, that'll really help your pitcher out.
Oh yeah, nice throw by Kyle. I mean, one of those ones that he handled real well on a pitch-wise, raw speed pitch, and nice gun.
That's good enough for another Weaver Barnes rewind.
See, not ideal, kind of inside and high. Good play.
Staley there to take the throw, and the first out of the inning. And Corey Lisowski strikes out.
Just like that, you get 2 outs.
And that'll bring up Brandon Murtaugh. Vonderheide just locked him up inside.
Yeah, nice spot there.
2 down. Bottom of the fifth inning. Dover leading at 3-0, and Brandon Murtaugh at the plate. But is going to be fouled. Tried to take advantage. Tanner Graham was playing deep at third.
One thing it is, does bring third baseman up. Gives you a little bigger of a hole on the left side.
So Murtaugh down 0-1 with 2 down. That grounder is going to be trouble. Graham can't pick it up, and the error will allow Murtaugh to get to first.
Brandon motors down the base pass pretty fast. It was going to be a bang-bang play either way. One of those slow rollers you want to jump back up into your glove. Just didn't that time.
So Kyle Dimmermuth steps in. He's got the big hit of the game.
Big 2-out single in the third inning.
And strike one. Tornadoes have made the most out of their hits when they've had the opportunity. 0-1 with 2 down on Kyle Dimmermuth. Runner goes, grounder. It's going to be a seeing eye grounder. Gets between short and third. Dimmermuth with another single. And the Tornadoes got something cooking here with 2 down in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Kyle has a nice short stroke. I mean, doesn't try to do too much with the pitch here. Finds a hole there between third and short.
Speaking of got something cooking, Chef Rocker is with us too. He's in the house.
I don't know if I eat anything he made.
So Ian Drapcho, little meeting there with Doug Bircher. Tornadoes will be the guests on Charlie Jones's Big Time Sports Show this week. This coming week. There's a little meeting on the mound.
When's that air on? Wednesday?
I believe it's on Wednesday nights.
All right, Thursday.
Thursday nights at 7:30.
Thursday nights.
There you go.
Okay. We're right on that one.
So Dean Vonderheide ready to go here against Drapcho, and that's going to be grounded to short. Bird's going to pick it up. They'll take the easy route to second, and they get out of the inning. No damage done. The Tornadoes lead it though 3-0 at the end of 5 innings.
Changes we have since Marcus pulled the hamstring on his single to left. We put Wes Henry goes to second. Andrew Bache goes over to third.
And Nate Staley stands in here for the Quakers. At the top of the 6th inning, takes ball 1.
Wes will hit in the 3-hole for Mammarella.
So Ian Drapcho, a 1-0 count to Staley, delivers. And there's strike. 1-1. Not a typical Ian Drapcho game. He's only got 1 strikeout. Actually 2, I should say. There's strike 2, 1-2. Top of the 6th inning. Dover leading it 3-0. And the dribbler down the first base line is going to go foul as our good friend Buck Corwin picks it up.
Buck Corwin over there. I told him I'd be easy on him tonight. I'll tell you what, Buck was, when I played baseball with him, believe it or not, in Class A, one of the hardest outs to get was Buck Corwin. He was a little slap lefty.
1-2 on Nate Staley. And that's a grounder right back to Drapcho. He'll take his time. He'll flip it over to first, 1 down.
I'm just going to say, I mean, for Philly, you got 2, 3, 4 up. I mean, if it's any inning that you want to do it right here.
He'll be followed by Will McEwen and Kyle Witter.
It's one of those, he waited back, did a good job on the curve, but just hit it right at Ian.
He'll just flip it over to first. 1 down. Will McEwen stands in. He's had a fielder's choice in the 1st inning and a foul out. So McEwen facing an 0-1 count with 1 down. Top of the 6th inning. And the Quakers with the bases clean. There you need some base runners. And that's going to get through for a single.
Right on
so
cue,
McEwen made a big turn. He's halfway to second. And the Quakers have a base runner with 1 out.
Off speed, hands back, nice stroke.
There you see he can just get through between Bache and Dumermuth. So a 1-out base runner for the Quakers. And you got to think with McEwen's speed, he may try and get to second base in a hurry.
It's one of those situations, though, when you're down 3, you go base to base usually because you need 3 runs. You don't want to get thrown out at second.
He's got 10 stolen bases on the year, if they do opt to put a play on here. Drapcho comes back over to first.
Especially when you got, you got Kyle Witter, one of your bigger hitters up, 6 home runs on the season. You don't want to take the bat out of his hand here.
1-0 to Witter with 1 down. Took a little off of it, just to the outside. 2-0.
Now what Kyle wants to do is just wait for his pitch right here. He's 2-0, good count, good hitter's count. He's thinking fastball all the way. If anything else, he'll let it go and take it.
So Kyle Witter, 2-0. Drapcho, a little high. Lisowski throws down to second, and he's out at second base. So they decided to put the play on and take the chance at Custom as Lisowski with a great throw down to second base.
Good release, got rid of it quick. Close play in there at second.
That was just that medium-high fastball was just up enough where he could come up out of the crouch to catch it. And he came out firing and got the out. Got McEwen at second. So Witter with a 3-0 count. And now with the walk. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. So 2 down, John Stevenson. Next at the plate. Started out, went a couple of innings on the mound, then moved to first base. Dean Vonderheid's gone the rest of the way for the Quakers. Ian Drapcho all the way here for the Tornadoes. That one's going to be a little low. Lazowski did a good job keeping it in front of him. And that's ball 1.
Good job by Corey turning the glove. A lot of young catchers won't turn that glove. They'll just put it out like a fielder, and you get a lot of more pass balls there and wild pitches. Turn the glove, get it, keep it in front of you.
Drapcho, nice little breaking ball. Strike 1, 1-1. The bottom half of the inning for the Tornadoes, it'll be Bache, Stahl, and Sattler. That one fouled back. And it's 1-2. Waste pitch here, maybe?
Yeah, 1-2. I mean, you're up 3-0. You might go at him. I mean, you want to hit your spot here. Probably maybe down in the dirt here.
And Drapcho gets the strikeout, and that's the 3rd out in the top of the 6th inning. So the Tornadoes with a 3-0 lead as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning.
I was mistaken on that too. When Will McEwen stole that base, there was 1 out. That made the 2nd out. My fault there, Scott. Correct myself.
So we'll see what transpires here. The Tornadoes looking for some insurance runs. As Dover will bring up Bache, Stahl, and then back to the top of the order with Kyle Sattler. Bache had a single and an RBI in the 2nd inning, then had a fly out to the outfield.
Yeah, you're never comfortable with that 3-run lead. When you get the 4 to 5, you feel a lot better. Because 3 runs, you just get 2 guys on, the tying run comes to the plate.
Well, there have been some goofy comebacks this season. A lot of different games where double-digit leads weren't safe.
Dover down 12-2 against Indian Valley and something like that. Played at 12 runs. Maybe it's 10-2.
It's a game of momentum.
Yeah, it is. It was just like, that first inning Philly had, bases loaded, 1 out.
Vonderheid back out here for the bottom of the 6th inning.
Dean's really done a good job.
The Quakers really have not had a bad game. It's just it was a matter of a couple of clutch hits by the Tornadoes that have put them up 3-0.
Like we said, a very clean game here. Smooth game going through. I mean,
yeah, it's the nice type of competitive game that you hope to see when these 2 rivals get together.
Yeah.
And fortunately, no big controversy or anything like that mars it.
None. Except me doing the broadcast here.
We'll probably get your fan mail in our inbox at BigTimeSportsOhio.com soon. So Andrew Bache will step in to lead off the bottom of the 6th inning. Scott Robinson and Ted Jones with you on a nice Friday afternoon at Dover City Park. And Vonderheid's got the signal. That one's going to be a comebacker. And Vonderheid will flip it underhand to Stevenson for out number 1.
We love that. 1 pitch, 1 out for a pitcher. And you get to field it.
Kept it in front of him. And we'll take another look. Just a little comebacker. Ran it down over to first. And the quick flip. And as we return to action, Vonderheid's first pitch to J.B. Stahl, strike one. One down, bottom of the 6th inning. That one's a little bit high, 1-1. Vonderheid just working at a nice pace.
Yeah, he is. He's only throwing around 34 pitches.
He's had good defense behind him, too.
Always around the plate.
1-2. Letting his fielders do the work for him. One-two count, one down. Vonderheid delivers. And that was a third strike that was dropped, picked up, and Stahl is out.
One of those you want to swing, you don't want to swing. You go too far, now you got to run. Not a good feeling when you strike out and then you got to run to first and prolong it.
You know you're out, that just makes it worse. Just like you're out twice.
Yeah.
So back to the top of the order. Kyle Sattler takes strike one. A ground out, a walk, and a fielder's choice. And Tornado's just working to get to the top of the 7th through the order one more time. 1-1. The count on Kyle Sattler with 2 out. Here in the bottom of the 6th. Appreciate the fine work of the folks from Image Video, again helping us out with big time sports this spring. And that one fouled back into the screen. Stays alive with the 1-2 count. That one fouled back. Kyle Sattler staying alive. Dover's been in control throughout. Ian Drapcho really has been very consistent after that first inning.
That's what you expect out of your number one, just keep yourself in the game here. Rocky first start, then he's just settled in.
I've got him for about 5 hits. Give it up, give or take. And that's ball 2, 2-2. Alex Prasnick on deck. If Sattler happens to get on. And that's a foul tip. And that might have got Kyle Witter under the chin.
Kyle only has 5 strikeouts on the year. I mean, batting around 50 times. That's pretty good for a leadoff hitter. That's what you want. Leadoff hitter that puts it in play with an on-base percentage around 500.
And the swing and the miss. That's strike 3.
I'll take that.
And at the bottom half of the 6th inning, the Tornadoes fail to score. They lead it 3-0 as we go to the top half of the 7th. We'll be back with that action in a moment. Stay with us here on Big Time. It'll be Vonderheid, Price, and Dematillo as the Quakers down to their last shot here in the top of the 7th inning. They trail 3-0, and Ian Drapcho has gone all the way for the Tornadoes. Ball 1 to Vonderheid.
Unofficially, Ian's thrown 76 pitches, so he's in a good spot right now to complete the game.
Vonderheid with a single and a pop out. And that one's a little high and outside. 2-0.
Right now, Coach Bircher just wants them to put it in play, throw strikes. You don't need the big strikeout right now.
Let your defense help you some here if you can't.
Can't defend walks.
And Drapcho goes to 3-0. And as you predicted, it may not be an easy 7th inning.
Those last 3 outs, hardest outs to get.
So Drapcho with the 3-0 count. And it's ball 4. So a leadoff walk. And the Quakers have a base runner. With nobody out here in the top of the 7th, they trail 3-0. So they are still alive as Max Price comes to the plate. Dover's turned a couple of double plays already. And Drapcho over the outside corner for strike 1. That is well hit. And that could be gone. That's over the fence. Home run for the Quakers as Max Price hits a 2-run shot. And now, if you're Coach Doug Bircher, what do you do?
I mean, one thing is you still do have a lead. I mean, Ian's pitch count is not high. This is a nice swing here.
Got up in the air and just took off.
Yeah, I mean, hit it on a line. Usually you hit your home runs when you're not trying to hit your home runs, and that was just a nice level swing, a line drive. Right to the left of the foul pole. I think they're going to stay with Ian.
Well, it's suddenly become a ball game. The designated hitter, Cage Demetio. Ground out and also a pop-out.
For Philly right now, you want either your 8 or 9 hitter to get on. You want to turn over that lineup, get back to Trent Bird and your big sticks on the top of the lineup.
Well, they're going to have to go at least back to Trent Bird at some point here. Demetio and Schwartzwelder, the next 2 batters. Bird in the hole here. As it's 3-2 now. Dover leading it. Big 2-run homer for the Quakers by Max Price. That's strike 2, and Ian Drapcho settling down. And it's 0-2 on Cage Demetio.
They're going to go down with this one. Nope.
Swing and a miss, ball got away, and Demetio is going to beat it down to first base, and the Quakers will have the tying run on base.
I'll tell you what happened now. I'm pretty sure they were crossed up with the signs. Corey's thinking curveball, Ian went fastball. I could tell Coach Bircher's reaction over here. They're a little crossed up, so your catcher, you're thinking you're going down low on a breaking ball. He comes back with the heater. You're not ready for it. It almost, you know, there's a swing and a miss. It could have been a routine play, routine strikeout, but when catcher's thinking curve and the pitcher throws, you know, he's bringing it around 80. That's all I mean. It's hard to catch.
It's hard to react.
It's hard to react. That's what it is.
So Ian Schwartzwelder will come to the plate. This one far from over. Nobody out here in the top of the 7th inning. And the rally here by the Quakers.
91.
You were Karnak the Great, Mr. Jones.
Now you're thinking, I mean, Ian's up here. Now it's a 1-run game, so your strategy changes here. I can see him as a number 9 hitter, even though Ian stroked the ball pretty nice on his time's up. I think you might just want to advance the guy over, get your top of the order, have a chance with a guy in scoring position.
So Drapcho ready to go. They show bunt, foul back to the screen.
Through an off-speed there, curve sometimes harder to handle on a sac bunt. I think Coach Range will probably do one more time, give him one more chance to put that ball down.
Kane Fadley in as the pinch runner at first. So a little more speed on the base paths. They'll square around again. They drop the bunt, goes foul, and that's strike 2. So now, with 2 strikes, a little tougher decision here.
Yeah, your most, I mean, pretty good chance they're going to call the bunt off. Now, as a hitter, you want to just try to somehow advance the runner. I mean, you want to get a hit, but you want to try to get that guy over.
Just slap at it and keep it in play.
You want to put it in play. You don't want the strikeout here. Dover side, yeah, you do want the strikeout. Mr. Obvious there.
Fadley's going to advance down to second base. Lazowski has no throw, so the wild pitch.
Dover, that's what you didn't want. I mean, you got him 0-2, 2 missed bunts. Now you already had the sacrifice almost.
So the Quakers with nobody out and a runner at second. They're going to have a couple of chances here.
As a 9-hitter, now you're thinking right side. Hit something right side. Put one on the ground to the right side, advance him to third.
And that's outside, 2-2. What the Tornadoes need is a strikeout. If you're the Quakers, another big hit, the game's tied. That will advance the runner. Bates over to first base, they get the out.
Well, the main thing is a hit on the left side there, and the runner had to stay still. Andrew looked him back at second. He stayed there.
So with one down, Trent Bird will come up to the plate as we get a look at that one again.
But you did get the wild pitch, so you got him over to second in the at-bat.
So Fadley did not advance. He's still at second.
Good cut there by Trent Bird.
So 0-1, one down, top of the seventh. Tornadoes trying to hang on here. They lead it 3-2, but the Quakers have a runner on second. And the top of the lineup in Trent Bird is back.
2 nice swings by Trent. That was one of those, I'm on it, and then just goes straight back.
Pull the string here, maybe a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, he's been controlling the breaking ball a lot, and a lot better than early in the count, early in the game, keeping it down.
That's going to be popped up out to second base, and a catch and a drop. And again, the Quakers have runners on first and second now. There was no advance.
Kind of no man's land there. I mean, as a base runner, you might want to be halfway on this play to advance over to third. It looked like it was almost a routine, but Wes was playing pretty far over, cutting up in the middle. He had a long way to go.
Just couldn't quite hang on to it.
Then you don't advance the runners.
So now Nate Staley with a chance. Takes strike one. One down, runners on. First and second for the Quakers. They trail by 1. This one got a lot more interesting here in the 7th inning. Strike 2. Runner looks at going to.
I think we got a foul ball or foul tip there.
Foul tip, so they'll have to go back to second. Fadley on second. Bird at first. Nate Staley with just a couple of RBIs on the season, and that one is foul back.
Now you want the punch out from Ian. I like how Nate, though, handles himself at the plate. He's had 3 good at-bats.
So key time for a strikeout here for the Tornadoes. As Drapcho takes something off of it, Staley able to fight it off. And it's still 0-2 with 1 down, top of the 7th. Scott Robinson and Ted Jones with you here on Big Time Sports. We've enjoyed bringing you this one from Dover City Park. So Drapcho, it's really now somewhat up to him to make a good pitch here. And that's going to be high for ball 1. Tantalizing pitch, Staley able to hold up.
Yeah, he kind of went high on that to see if that was a show pitch.
strike 3, so a big strikeout.
Ian hit a nice spot there. It was a hard pitch to hit there. Outside corner, right around the knee.
So now it's going to be up to Will McEwen. McEwen had a single in his last at bat.
Look at this. Outside corner, right around the knees. Tough out here with Will McEwen.
And now Dropcho against the Quakers' number 3 hitter. That one is going to be a fly down the first base line. There at the fence and just couldn't quite make the play. J.B. Stoll was there, just couldn't quite get to it.
Great effort there by J.B. It would have been a spectacular catch there.
Coach Bircher sitting on his bucket over there like he's a little uncomfortable.
Bircher took a line drive a few weeks ago off the ribs, cracked a few ribs. We told him just to suck it up. He doesn't have to play.
No, you told him. 0-1 with 2 out. Dropcho's pitch a little too high. Runners on first and second for the Quakers, and they trail by a run, 3-2. One count. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. So 1-2. Dropcho came with his strength. High fastball. McEwen swung a little underneath it. And now it's clutch time for both pitcher and batter.
He's going to put one down on this one. One high on that one. Probably break one in the dirt.
That is going to be hit out into right field, and that is going to be just foul, or that would have easily tied the game up.
Yeah, probably got a little too much of the plate on that breaking ball. Head of the count 1-2.
So McEwen trying to use a little bat control to hit them where they ain't, and just a little foul. And it's still 1-2. 2 down.
2 strikes. I mean, you just want to stay alive. That was a good job by Will.
Fadley at second. The potential tying run. That one is going to go in the dirt, and Lazowski able to block it. 2-2. You just know eventually it's going to come down to heat.
I mean, yeah, now you got Kyle Witter on deck. You don't want to get him up with the bases loaded. You got a 2-2 count here. I mean, I'm thinking he's going to challenge Will right now with the fastball.
So here it is, 2-2. 2 outs. Dropcho set, delivers. Strike 3, the game is over. And the Dover Tornadoes are going to win this one 3-2 in what was a great game that got a little more exciting in that 7th inning. We'll come back with our Texas Roadhouse. Final score, the Dover Tornadoes defeat the New Philadelphia Quakers 3-2. Ted, it was a great one that really came down to all that excitement in the top of the 7th inning where the Quakers had a chance, as you learn more about it on the Texas Roadhouse wrap-up report.
I mean, it was a well-played game. I mean, not a whole lot of errors there. 3-2 game. I really was impressed with Dean Vonderheide coming in. No earned runs given up. Pitching 4 innings there. He really composed himself well, but Ian Dropcho had a great game. Great complete game. Kyle Dumermuth, big 2-out hit.
So that was pretty much the offense for the Dover Tornadoes. That 2-run home run by Max Price brought the Quakers back into it there in the top of the 7th. But then the big strikeout by Ian Dropcho to finish the game, and the Tornadoes come out with a 3-2 victory. So you see a couple of our animal friends there, and that reminds me about the United Way Prevention Walk, Pinwheels for Prevention Walk, Saturday morning at the Tuscarawas County Courthouse. About a mile walk to support the problems of child abuse and animal abuse in our community. So we hope that you get out and support the kids and the pets. And that is our Texas Roadhouse wrap-up report. Let's also take a look now at our Manor Restaurant MVP. What a performance by Ian Dropcho of the Dover Tornadoes. He is our Manor Restaurant MVP, and went all the way, did a great job, and really gutted it out there in that top half of the 7th inning.
Yeah, and he had it was tail 2 first inning. He had a real rough first inning, got through it, had a little tough last inning, but hey, nothing's easy in this game, and Ian did a good job, kept the pitch count down, and good complete game.
So that is going to do it from Dover City Park. The Dover Tornadoes